Hi everyone, today we are going to give you some basic Facebook tips with Linda Reed-Enever. I cannot get this right.
Our takes are going to be great for this one.
I know.
Linda Reed-Enever. Okay guys, a couple of Facebook myths around there at the moment because I love busting Facebook myths.
I've just got back into Facebook, so I like to hear this.
So notepad and paper and
Yeah,
start taking notes.
definitely, yes.
Okay, so guys, there's a couple of Facebook myths that I want to talk about. And number one rule when it comes to Facebook marketing for your business is just because everyone else is doing it doesn't make it right, okay? And that actually comes down to every form of marketing. So we were touching base on Instagram marketing before and media. You've got to do what's right within the terms of service. I was watching Celeste Barber's comedy show from New York the other day about what was allowed and what wasn't allowed, just in even the breaches of her Instagram posts. And it's very interesting. Just because a celeb can do it doesn't actually mean it's within the terms of service of Instagram. So they will, if they spot it, they'll take it down. So bearing that in mind, there's a couple of things that people do, and there's a couple of things that unfortunately I would say experts in my industry even teach people to do, which are a breach of Facebook's terms of service. Couple of things to understand first. Number one, your Facebook profile is your key. That's what you log into Facebook with. That's your personal profile. That is the space where you've got to be a person. You might use it to network in groups, but you shouldn't be posting or running a business via that profile. Okay, so if you're sharing in groups, that's fine as long as you keep it to a mix of questions. That's part of the reason the BBB has a promote once every 7-day rule. But the biggest thing in amongst all of that is that's the zone where you're you. And you need to show Facebook, especially with the new algorithm changes, that you are you. The other component is then you've got groups, which are, so I talked about your profile being your house, your business page as being your shop front. So that's where you talk about your business. Now you might have, if you're someone like myself or even like Bic, you might have a public profile figure page as well, where you share your knowledge, your expertise, your videos, your YouTube channel, your products, what people can buy, and that is your business profile or your business shop front, or it can be your brand pages as well. So that's where you talk about your business and what you do. Then you might have something like a Facebook group, and you might join a group, and the Facebook groups are what I call the community, the people you go and network with, your tribe, and you go and have a conversation with, and they're the people that you want to hang out with, and that's how Facebook is made up. You've got the people you invite into your home, which are your family and your friends. You've got the people that you do business with, which is your shop front, that you're quite a bricks and mortar shop front. And then you've got the people that you like to hang out with and talk about business, which are your groups or your interest groups. So not all Facebook groups are about business, No. So bearing in mind that's how Facebook works. Now that profile is your key to Facebook. So it is the thing that opens the door to your groups, opens the door for you being able to have a business page. You can't have a business page without having a profile. And it's the thing that Facebook bring everything back to.
Yes. So how much personal stuff would you put on your profile? Like your family and kids?
Depending on how much you want to put out there. But it could be just general, tips about about your life, or a photo of a cup of coffee or something like that. It's about keeping it personal and showing a little bit about who you are. It's not about running businesses. So when we talk about that personal profile, the number one thing about that personal profile is it has to be a name that you use in everyday life, so that if your account is hacked or ever questioned for its legitimacy, you've got ID that you can provide Facebook with to get access back to that account. Okay, so bear that in mind. It has to be that. You can't have two profiles. So only one key to Facebook. If you have two and it is caught, what you will find is you could lose both profiles, including your pages and including your groups. So that's a massive risk that you take if you want to run two profiles. Business name cannot be used in a personal profile, and you can't have logos or headers in your profile images. So that's really clear. You can on your business page have logos, have images, all of those sorts of things. We spoke briefly before in the media one about hashtags. Hashtags are great on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. They are not great on Facebook, and Facebook have made announcements this year that they are ramping down even more. It's always decreased your organic reach, and we want organic reach on Facebook because we want our stories to sell what we do. But if we have hashtags, it decreases that reach. We don't have hashtags or theme days in BBB because, as I've said to people before, business doesn't run on a theme day, and half the time I don't know what day of the group it is. I am anyway.
You don't want to add
you have to remember. Exactly. So the reality of it is, That's also going to see those group posts, if that's what Facebook's area is, the groups that are running hashtags, it's likely to see the impact of those posts decrease. So it's going to be something we have to undo rather than redo. So I'm not sure how that's going to go with those groups and communities. It's going to be an interesting topic.
So if you don't hashtag, what can you put in your description to organically grow it?
Well, it's good content. So I keep saying this, everything about social media and engagement comes down to good content. If you're pushing, and you know the businesses who push because you feel it, they push consistently. They're in your face, buy my product, buy this, buy that. They're not educating their market. And social media is that space where you need to educate, and then promote.
That before.
You know, you need to do that. And if once you've done that, you know, people get to know, like, and trust you. But you don't walk into a networking event and just say to everyone, here's my card, here's my product, buy it.
No.
And social media is the same as a networking event. Hi, how are you? What do you do? What's your interest? Where's your business? Where are you growing from?
My other business is basically sales,
Yep.
product sales. And people buy from you because they like you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the key. And once you've built that relationship, built that trust, the business comes easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, some of my that I love working with because I sell cards. I built up that relationship where I can just go into their shop and basically work out what they want.
Yeah.
They don't even give me an order, they just say you sort it out.
You sort it out. Exactly. And you know what's going to sell in their shops because you've got that relationship. And it works for both ways. You don't want stock sitting in their shop for months not selling.
No.
And vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. The
And
same with Facebook, isn't it?
Exactly. So it's about making sure that we make sure that relationship works really, really well. So
Facebook isn't
you've got to make sure that you do all of those sorts of things. The hashtag thing is not great.
No.
There's a current strategy out there that I'm not 100% sure where the hell it came from, around putting a post up and then deleting it 24 hours later. I'm like, where did that come from? What that's telling the algorithm is you've got something to hide from the algorithm.
Right.
So it will decrease.
So why do people do that?
I don't know.
That's
It's a relatively new thing that I've seen popping up as a trend. I'm going to post this today and then I'm going to delete it, and I'm like, no. And especially, you know, when I spoke about this from our group's point of view, it doesn't give us anything to admin, so it shows no history. When we get to see a history of each member in a Facebook group. And it doesn't give Facebook a history except for the fact that you've deleted stuff history. So then they're wondering what's going on. What are you hiding? Or when we're talking about social media, your audience is looking for a history of what you've done, a history of what, you know, we talk about Facebook stalking and Instagram stalking and Twitter stalking. Business owners, consumers, customers stalk you now. They need to see the history.
Yes, like I stalked before I came.
In a nice, friendly, non-scary way.
Now, I heard videos are very important for Facebook.
Video's king. So when it comes to content marketing, video is still number one and still king in what it is that you do. Obviously, there's some things you can do to optimize your videos, whether it's Facebook or it's Twitter, but it is one of those things that you need to optimize and you need to make the most of. And that is making sure that you've got clear, you know, backgrounds like we have today, where there's nothing too distracting, where you've got, you know, a clear brand message. So I tend to present in very much the same colours and the same brand colours and those sorts of things. That you've got good, strong intros and outros, your thumbnails are good, all of that sort of stuff stands out. So that the business owner can go, I know that's familiar, and I can do that. So spend that little bit of time branding your videos.
People like consistency, don't they? They want to know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. They want to know that, and they want to know when they're scrolling through their newsfeed. And remember, you have to get their attention first. No, your tips can be amazing. But if you haven't broken their preoccupation of where they're looking, then you're not going to get no attention.
Because at first when you look on your phone, the sound doesn't automatically come up all the time. So when I see you running a live or video, I know that you're going to talk to your audience about businesses. And I know that you're not going to rant on about what you ate for lunch or, you know, some other random things.
I don't tend to have time to do fluff.
No. So, you know what you're getting. You know that, okay, let's just sit down and watch this video because it's going to be something that I'm going to learn from, and it's consistent.
And I think that's the case. Lots of people will talk to you about spending 5 minutes waiting for the audience to come on there. The audience will catch you in replay. make sure to give the people that are respect that have actually joined you live,
Yeah.
that you're not going to sit there and talk to them for the first 10 minutes about,
Yeah.
you know, oh well, I went down the street today and
Yeah.
I saw this pretty flower over there, that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Look at this, designing pretty flowers is what
Yeah.
you're talking about on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, make it relevant to the audience that are there at that particular time.
Yeah. So talk about the algorithm with videos.
Yeah.
And Facebook.
Look, Facebook have made no secret about it. They want video. They want to become almost a Netflix
Yeah.
for social content.
Right. So the longer you keep your audience on the Facebook platform, the more it rewards you.
Yeah. So if you're creating video content for both Facebook and YouTube, put your content out there natively on Facebook. So put your videos out there on Facebook so you're getting the watch time on Facebook.
Yes.
You might share some links through to a YouTube channel, but once again, they're competing in that video space. So they don't really want people going off to YouTube from their spot, from there. So what we try and encourage our clients to do and my students to do is create some good content for Facebook. And you've got the playlist features, you've got all of those sorts of things. And believe me, I'm a big YouTube girl as well. But it's about making sure that if you're sharing on one platform, try and keep them in the platform. You get extra street cred for keeping them on the platform.
Yeah, and that's a good tip. Because I haven't been doing that. I've just been putting links onto YouTube.
No, so load them and build the page. So I would, if you don't have already, see this is me going into coaching now, guys, because that's what I do. If you don't already have a business figure page for your videos and your content and your interview series, and run it through there. And it's interesting to see the difference in demographic and stats.
Yes.
Because what you might find is your audience is actually on Facebook, not on YouTube, and vice versa. So it just works out where they are.
Well, I've got a lot of work to do ahead of me. Any last tips?
Optimize your profile, especially if you're a business owner and you're starting to network. There are settings, and we'll pop a video link in for you on how to optimize your Facebook profile for networking, so you can fill in all the little extra hidden bits that you may not know about.
Fantastic. Thank you, Linda. I've learned so much, and I'm going to go home and work on my Facebook page.
Yay!
Yay!